What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to an Electro Saturday here on Electro and/or Techno Saturdays, brought to you by 343 Labs Music Production School here in New York City, in Berlin, and online. That's right, we are global. You know what we do. I do this at the top of the show every day. I just have to say, hey, this is where I'm at. I've got my 343 Labs sweatshirt on. I've got my branding going on, right? And yeah, we're a music production school. It's going great, I have to say. I've been saying that a lot lately, but our one-year program really upped the ante, and we've got a lot more students and a growing community, a lot of amazing music being made. And that's really what we're doing. When you go into this one-year program, we're pushing you. We're keep holding you accountable. We're giving you goals to meet, and then making sure you meet them and helping you meet them if you need help. We got the mentorship program along with all of that. All of the courses that we do, yeah. So you know what to do. If you want to know more about the classes that we have and the programs that big and small, right? We've got shorter, less less of a commitment programs. We've got our summer program, which is like a little sort of short, condensed version of the one-year program. We even have a youth academy. We've got like young teenagers coming in here after school to learn how to make beats. It's great. All they want to do is make trap. There's a lot of big 808s going on in the afternoon here at 343 Labs. And also, maybe some 808s going on today, seeing as how it's an Electro Saturday. Actually, this track doesn't... Well, no, there's an 808 hi-hat, but definitely. I'm Zellico. You can hear the room. Why can you hear the room? I mean, do I have an extra microphone on? Oh, I know why. Yeah, there's... I think in the intro I had the other camera on, and it's routed through some weird thing, and I forgot to turn the mic off. Don't worry about it. It's all good right now, yeah? Who else here is in the... who else is here in the chat? We got Mikey, what's up? Tuning in from Scotland. We've got Jazz Yallo. Hello, hello. Mr. T is in the house. Very nice. Yeah. Nice, easy start to the show. You're not crazy, Zelko. Maybe you're not. I mean, you might have heard the room a little bit earlier. You might be right. And if my voice is a little low, well, we can fix that. We can do that. I was listening. One of the things I do when I'm testing the stream is I'll do a recording and I'll put the music on from Ableton Live and talk over it. And I thought that the music needed to come up and my voice needed to come down. Maybe I brought the voice down a little bit too much, but you let me know if I need to fix that as we're going forward. So I should remind all of you, if you didn't already know, that we have our our next Electro feedback session coming up next Saturday. That is the 20th. And if you want to take part, you need to be in our Discord and you need to go to the Selway feedback channel and submit a link there. I want to say by like end of Thursday. All right. I mean, I'm not going to, if you put a really cool track up on Friday, I'm not going to cut you off, but try to get it in by this Thursday, next Thursday, the 18th, end of day. So my guest and I have time to go in there and check it out and be organized and ready for the show. So yeah, hit the link below. Pretty sure the Discord, we finally fixed the Discord invite so that it doesn't expire. So that should be working. If you're not in there already, head to the Selway feedback channel, and that's where you're going to post a link. SoundCloud links are good, could be anything, but that's usually easiest to a track that you want to submit for feedback. And Jean-Paul Bondy from Volsoc and various other interesting musical endeavors, and he's a kind of a person who works in the music industry in different ways, and is a big Electro fan and a great Electro producer. So and a regular viewer of the show. So he and I are going to hang out and go over your music together. So last call, everybody. This week, this is the week to get your track finished and submitted. Nice. Luminous Cloud is saying the music was too high in the intro. All right. See, that's what I forgot. I brought down the music from my DAW, from the Ableton Live computer, and then my voice is lower, but then the music in the intro was too loud. All right. I'll fix it next time. It's not the end of the world. These things happen. Nice. All right. So what are we doing today? A few weeks back, I started making these sketches, some Electro sketches, and I've been bouncing back and forth between them. A couple weeks ago, I did a different one. I'm going back to the first sketch that I made. I've added some effects to some sounds just to polish things up a little bit and to play around with what I have. But I think what I want to do today is start taking these elements and arranging them, right? So I have some sounds prepared. I might come up with some new parts. Actually, I just added a hi-hat part this morning. So let's take a listen, and then also y'all can tell me whether my mic level is good compared to the music. How's that sound? Can you hear me speaking over the music? Listen to that. I'm into that. Right, we were using the Model 82. I've been checking that out lately as a SH-101. I love using an SH-101 for Electro, of course. It's a classic sound. Man, that plugin doesn't even want to, there it goes. There, right. This sounds good. I like it. So this is one of the first things I did. Let's check this out again. Listen to the elements that I have, and then think about how we're going to start arranging it. All right, I'm going to cut that bass line out for a second. Let's go through these sounds one by one. So this is one of the loops that I recorded that I made from this bass drum generator, this kind of quirky, a little odd, a little dirty kick drum synth, but this I used to make kind of this blippy percussion sound, added some effects to it. Right. This is, I actually just tried this out for the first time. This is a newer Arturia effects processor called Refract. It's some kind of like super chorus unison modulation thing. It sounds pretty good. I like it. Some interesting modulation happening of the, there it is, of the delay time in that comb filter, giving it some evolution in the background. Luminous Cloud thinks the laser's too much. Well, that's your opinion, Luminous Cloud. I'm not married to it, but I'm making quirky, weird electro, okay? Let it be quirky and weird. That sounds like the beat is off. Let's put the snare in there. I'm like, where's the downbeat? There we go. I'm into that. Wayfinder, that's mean. Who called it bass drum generator and not Pew Research Center? Well, why? Because the bass drum generator also made this, which is, you know, that's a kick with some rumble. That all came out of that synth. So I have that, and I have the gated version with less rumble that I can switch between. Maybe the laser is just a little too loud. Does that help, Luminous Cloud? All right, so this morning I added 808 closed and open hi-hat, which I think was something that was missing from this beat, is a little bit of high frequency percussion. Simple. This is from this tape 808 sample pack. This has been around for years. It sounds really, really good. I love that there's a little bit of a delay, a Haas effect on this, and it's making a wide stereo image on that hi-hat. Look, it sounds just awesome right out of the box. And then I thought I might make a variation of this with the open hi-hat. That I can play around with in the arrangement. Aw, Luminous Cloud, it's okay. I don't think you have a big mouth. Oh man, listen to this. Wayfinder, fanny pack, camel toe. All right, so, you know, that's like Miami bass music, right? Y'all know that track? It's... Oh, let's go. Who are the groups? There were these girl groups, these kind of bass rap Miami girl groups, or that's not the right term for it. They were rappers, female rappers in the 80s and 90s. JJ Fad was one, Supersonic, and there's another one. They had that track, The Cars That Go Boom. Anybody remember? What was the name of the act that did that song? And then, of course, we got this newer version. You got the camel toe track. But it's like Miami bass. And electro and freestyle and hip-hop have always been, you know, brothers, sisters, cousins from the very beginning. So you're right. But, you know, we take it in a futuristic, you know, robot sci-fi direction. It's all connected, though. And I love all that stuff. Back to the beat. What's up, New Drexian? Nice to have you. Stefan Katik's asking what happened to the techno track from last stream. I'll come back. I switch back and forth between electro and techno. I'm definitely going to finish that track. I'm working on it. We'll do it. We'll hear it again. No worries. All right. So I've got that stuff. Let's turn off that hi-hat for a second. I've got some synthy, weird, blippy percussion that I might throw in sometimes, little Kraftwerky-ish stuff, right? Aw, Aldo 34, what a sad story. The SH-101 was your first actual synth and your neighbor complained about the noise and your parents took it away? That's just cruelty, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that didn't scar you for life. All right, I got some atmospheric stuff to play with. This is just a placeholder. I might make a melody with this sound. If I want to take it in a deeper, spacier direction, I like that. That kind of phasey digital. This is that dark nebula, dark synth preset. It's kind of a additive sound. It's got that real shiny, digitally texture that I think that contrasts nicely with the more analog style sounds and the darker sounds that are in this track. And then this could be good to make it more sci-fi, expansive, chill break or something, or an intro. And then we've got this, another hypnotic, deep, atmospheric kind of a sound. I might use some different effects on that. Right now it's just going through this stock delay and reverb here. Might try to do something more interesting with that, or keep it simple. We'll see. And then there's that bass that we heard in the beginning. Welcome, Sclaim. How's it going? Nice to have you. Glad you like those chopped up drum loop. Icon Academy's a good school, right? Gonna say nice things about our competition. All right. Luminous Cloud remembers it's Look Trim that did the Cars That Go Boom. Aldo 34 likes that. Were you talking about, which sound were you talking about? Was it this one? Or yeah, this one could use like some kind of spacey echo on it. Although I need to work on that phasey kind of thing going on. Very dark. But let's come back to that. I don't want to get too distracted by sound designing. I want to start arranging. We'll worry about that later. All right, New Drexian is asking about the bass. That is the aforementioned Model 82 emulation of an SH-101. Sounds really good. I mean, I have other, SH-101 plugin emulations, and I've got the Roland Boutique little version of the the SH-01, and it's good. This is I'm going to say one of the better standalone plugin versions of the original SH-101. I think they captured the character very, very well. This is Softtube. They're good at emulation, apparently. They do all those nice effect processors that are very good sounding as well. So yeah, I'm into that. And then, there's a little bit of delay and EQ and compression just to give it an extra different character. All right. This one, all right, I have this analog sound and I was playing around with the arpeggiating, making these kind of crazy, I don't know what happened here. There were some notes that I played that sound good, and it's been a few weeks and I've forgotten what they were. But last time I worked on this, I ran that through fragments and did some granular chopping up, and we have stuff like this to make it a little more aggressive and industrial and electrical, which is, I don't know. And I have it kind of, it used to be a lot bassier. I've got it running through this. It was sounding kind of harsh to me. I'm granularizing it And then I warped it to change the tuning of it because I actually changed the pitch of the bass and some of the other sounds since the last time I worked on it. You guys heard it? And it was because of the warping, and it had these weird high harshness to it. So I ran it. I was like, let's warm this up and give it some stereo. So I ran it through this Arturia Tape Mellow Fi. Right, you hear that harsh crunch on top, which is okay, but it wasn't fitting well with the other sounds as well with the other sounds, I thought. That makes it like bandpass limited a little bit, a little smoother. It's got this vintage sound to it, and it contrasts, I think, nicely with some of those other sounds. And of course, I've got it EQ'd like crazy. I wanted to make it real separate from the SH-101 bass sound, which they're kind of similar. Well, actually, they're very similar sounding. Right, so I've got that as an extra layer to bring in. And then another track that I recorded playing around with the SH-101, just to do some noisy percussion parts that I could edit in there sometimes. What's up, David Bora? Wayfinder says, the first couple of bass notes sound a bit like the Super Mario Brothers Underground theme. I'm okay with that. Video game references are welcome. So that's just something we can bring in for extra sauce. All right, and then I also have more bloopy bleepy digital computer noises. No, I'm trying to decide. This is in a way like a similar vibe to, where's that other one? The odd percussion, right? This one's less atmospheric, but you hear it's got that metallic, ringy hollowness to it. So I might not use those at the same time. They're so similar world. But listening to them back to back, I kind of like this one better. More musically interesting, less random. All right, and then that's all the parts I've got to work with. Other things to mention. I added some reverbs to the kick and the snare. That's just dry. This is giving it a little bit of a light rumble in the background when the kick drum's dry, and then when I go to the full one, right? And I just like the atmosphere and stereo image that it has. And then same thing with the snare. I've got another convolution, another impulse response, just giving a pretty standard plate sound, which I think is appropriate for an 808 sample snare like that. This gives it a little bit of an 80s flavor, that kind of reverb, doesn't it? Luminous Cloud wants me to give a lesson on making blippy arps. You mean like this? Okay, next time I start a track, we'll do some sound design to make sounds like that. I kind of like this groove just by itself. Right? So, I've got to put my money where my mouth is and go buy some lunch. I'm sorry. I need to start arranging, right? That's what we said we were going to do here. So let's see. Sometimes I'm arranging in real time in the session view. I'm just triggering clips and recording them. We could go that way. And I just decide where I'm going to start. I have to decide how I'm going to bring this thing in. Am I going to have it in from the beginning? Is that laser blip a little bit annoying? Or did Luminous Cloud just psych me out? What if we hear it a little bit less? I need to solo this. It's got that little weird bendy bass in the background. Is that better, having it less often? I wonder. Yes, it is. It's hitting on that other kick drum. How would it sound if I just start without the snare? I like it when the modulation goes off on that little blip. Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's start with that. Recording it into the arrangement view. So far, so okay. Real simple, just bring the drums in. Bring the bass in. Okay. Just gonna drop those in there sometimes. Not sure if those are the right places, but I can fix them later. Yeah, hearing it come in and out like that, not sure about that. What else we got? What if I come in and out with this one? That's not bad. I'm just jamming right now. I promise to go back and fix things. I'm also forgetting I have other bassline melody variations to work with. What about this one? Nope. See, that doesn't work with the drift on top. It's too busy, but I like the development here. We also have the other hi-hat variation that I could bring in with the 808s. Open 808 hi-hat. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing after this. Yeah. I haven't even brought in the deep kick drum yet, which I keep forgetting about. Just getting ideas, right? Not to make this a big break or anything. All right, I'm already getting confused. So it's interesting. There's enough patterns and parameters that without a lot of practice, like to perform this live, I'm definitely going to mess it up. So I'm thinking now I'm going to switch over to constructing more traditionally rather than playing it live, like coming in here and being more careful on the timeline, which, you know, it's going to give it a different kind of a flow, but I've already got a start for a flow here. So let's see. New Drexian wants pads. Yes, I have a pad ready to go. Luminous Cloud is about to up-rock in his dining room, and you have health insurance. I think that's good. If you're close to my age, you probably want to make sure you have health insurance and, you know, make sure someone's there to spot you. before you try to do any breakdancing. Oh, I know, up rocking is far more safe than actual breakdancing. Jazz Yallo needs some electro lessons from me. Yeah, I think you could do that. You could sign up for private lessons through 343 Labs. I do a making techno course, a 6-class online course with 343 Labs, and I've talked about doing an electro one. If enough of you guys contacted 343 Labs and said, hey, we want to do an electro class with Selway, it'll happen. Just throwing that out there. Let's see, what else are you guys talking about? Start with the bubbly ARP, Nudrexian suggests. Maybe. That could be like a way to go. All right, let me focus my attention back on what's happening in the arrangement here. So you're suggesting maybe we start with... that. Like, that could even just be an 8-bar intro all by itself, you know? Let's insert some silence there. And maybe you're right. Sounds cool. Another vibe to start like this. I'm going to bring the hi-hats and the snare in together. I'm already thinking about the arrangement differently working this way. And then making changes faster. I'm going to drop in the bigger, heavier kick drum here. And not bring in the... See, it's making me... Starting with that bubbly thing is making it so I don't want to have the bass yet. All right, I'm getting a little bit lost here with the hi-hats. Let's go from where the... Yeah, I feel like the snare drum wants to just be in there. Just, why wait too long? All right, let's get the... Okay, yeah, back to arrange, to commit to our choices. Maybe I turn it down a little bit. Luminous Cloud thinks DJs won't be able to mix in sync and will skip the first 8 bars. Well, then they're not good DJs. Gauntlet thrown down. Man, if you can't mix some 16th note blips in the beginning, you need to practice. Yeah, having this in there is making it so much more atmospheric right from the beginning. And I think turning it down is helpful too. All right, the hi-hat started too soon. I mean, the open hi-hat started too soon. Something else needs to happen there, but I like that little transition, right? I'm even going to get rid of the... I got rid of a hi-hat and just to make it a little bit more of an obvious stop in the beat. All right, and the other thing, see, I definitely, once I get into the arrangement view like this, it's all stopping and starting and changing and like details. That does slow you down. I think we've talked about this before. The whole idea of not like get your large structure laid out first and then go back and work on the details. So it actually, but you know, why not? Let's just go with the flow today. I'm going to go with how I'm feeling. You know, maybe this is where a snare happens. Maybe we can do like an old school, like triplety, ratchety snare drum fill. Oh. No. Is that too much? Yeah, it's too much. I have the grid too small. Why am I doing 30 seconds? Dead air. Yeah, that's not sounding the way I wanted it to sound. Yeah, forget it. Forget it. 16th notes. Keep it square. I'm going to fix this, I promise. Let's not do triplets. We'll do like this. Yeah. Darn those velocities. Little fade here. That's smoother. And right there, after that little fill, I feel like I want the hi-hat to be a little bit more energetic. I could add another layer of hi-hats. I do often use multiple hi-hats, but maybe this time we'll just keep it simple and then double time these. That works. Continuing to alternate between these hi-hats maybe. All right, that's where I stopped recording. Is anyone else feeling what I'm feeling right now? I'm feeling like the beginning of this track is not exciting. It could just be all in my head. It could be the fact that I'm live streaming and making creative decisions in front of you guys and then second guessing myself and psyching myself out. Or, you know, I kind of feel like I lost the flow zooming in on this fill, right? So I guess that goes back to my point of you want to get your arrangement knocked out more quickly before, and don't lose the vibe before getting stuck on little details like this. I don't know. Let's think about that. I'm going to listen to this again from the beginning and make an executive decision about what to do. May I agree. The live jam arrangement was more exciting. And it literally is like exciting walking on a tightrope. Kind of anything could go wrong at any moment. Maybe I'm overthinking it. All right, I'm going to see what happens if I make a sudden change here. Whoa. That all of a sudden gets very heavy. I'm not against that. All right, what else did I come in with? Just lost the bass there. See, yeah, it's so like, whoo. All of a sudden ratchets up to 11. It's a little less funky. Well, no, it's a little more aggressive. It's not less funky. All right, let me go back. I'm going to, instead of jumping into those double time hi-hats there, let's go, since it ratchets up the energy so much when the blippy stuff goes away and the bass comes in, I'm going to keep the hi-hats more simple and then save the faster hi-hats for later. Let's see if that works. Maybe that's better, because that's a lot more energy. I'm down with this. And then something needs to come in here, which I think is the whatever that is. All right, and then don't forget we also have this. All right, so I could drop some of those in there at the right time. It's not going to loop necessarily, but let's see. Let's see if that works. Yeah, right there. Like as a call and response with right here maybe? And then someone was saying echo and craziness on there. Maybe a little too spacey. Definitely out there. Oops, missed it. All right, here we need a change. Something needs to drop out there, right? We could go to the less boomy kick. I could get rid of the hi-hats. I could do a variation on the bass line. Or go to this repeating. I'm thinking, what could happen here? And you know what we've been forgetting about? This little laser blippy thing that Luminous Cloud doesn't like. Actually, why not? Okay, and then instead of taking the hi-hats away, I'm going to take some of the hi-hats away. I'm going to take the eighth notes and simplify it. All right, see what I'm doing? I'm okay with that. Do another little pause here. Drop one of the kick drums out. I'm absolutely okay with this. Let's see if it works with one of my other bass parts on top of it. Yeah, that didn't work. That's where the little bleepy bloopies came back in. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this work somehow. All right, I want to give this bass a chance. All we are saying is give this bass a chance. And peace. Give peace a chance. Actually, maybe the blips should come back there. definitely the heavier kick needs to come back in right there. All right, that's too much. I like the idea of having this frenetic thing. And then switching to a lower energy here, or a more breakdown kind of energy. And I'm actually not going to have it do the up-down thing on the bloops. Maybe go back to the faster hi-hats there. The more I try to fit this in the track, the more I don't like it. But maybe it could go in here. Like maybe right there. Again, we're doing all this call and response stuff. Trying to fill in all the spaces. Pocket funk, Jason Sostek used to call it. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Any little spot where it isn't crazy busy, fill it in with something and make it busy. I don't know. Yeah, that's actually okay. Just right there. Maybe put some other effects on it too. Yeah, this plus some spacey effects on it would be good. It doesn't have any now. But not reverb. Not all the time anyway. Do I have it? All right. I'm just going to duplicate that a couple times. Hopefully I get it right. Maybe less often is okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that for now. I'll revisit. All right, let's try this. Let's put in the spacey pad right there. If I'm gonna, do it, let's just do it. That is really, really, really spacey. All right, I need to pause for a second. I think this is going in a good direction. Would you agree? All right, I usually stop halfway through the stream. What is it we're doing again? To talk about 343 Labs. It's now almost like 1:45. This is Selway's Electro Saturdays and occasionally Techno Saturdays here on 343 TV, brought to you by 343 Labs Music Production School in New York City, in Berlin, and throughout the known universe. That's right, we're broadcasting our electro lessons to space. That is what I'm doing right now. Actually, it's true. Like, thousands of years from now, some alien will be like, what's that? What is that signal? How's it going in the chat, everybody? What are y'all talking about while I've been zoned in on my arranging and narrating my choices? Silver Knobs is here. What's up? Nice to have you. Aim May says, wish Radioactive Man could have played this last night. This is funky. Oh, did you get to see Keith Tenniswood last night? Nice. I got to go hang out and see him when he visited New York not so long ago. That was good. I don't get out much anymore. I'm an old man who needs to go to bed early. So going out to clubs lately hasn't been happening so much. But I did make it out for Mr. Keith Tenniswood, Radioactive Man. And actually, he sent me an email this week. We had some radio play. He did a remix for me. And nice to get plays on the BBC in the daytime, which is weird. When do you hear weird electro played on major radio stations during the day? The world has changed. Nice. Hey, Freak Sec, thanks for the props. If I can give a Doppler effect vibe, I'm all for it. I love that stuff too. That's very nice. We got Ghostface in the house. What's up? Aldo34 and Ghostface are talking about Reactor. I used to use Reactor a lot more often. I did some resampling of some sound, weird noises from a Reactor ensemble recently. I need to get back into that. There's a producer out there. I actually reached out to him. Who I was noticing on Facebook, where the old techno guys hang out. He was posting screenshots of him working on his tracks and making sounds in Reactor. I'm like, that's dope. I want you to come on my show and share your knowledge if you're willing. So maybe that'll happen. I won't say his name now just in case it doesn't work out. But we want to keep it cool. Let's see. AMA wants the bass pattern variation. Yes, and we did the bass pattern variation. We need to do more of that. Wayfinder, you have an idea for the effect on channel 12 could echo devolve into some of the glittery ARPs. Which channel? Oh, do you mean this? What's on 12? Am I using this one? This one? Is that what you're talking about? Well, yeah, we'll figure that out. You're right, because it's kind of dry. We'll see. We'll see what we can do about that. Luminous Cloud wants female robotic voices. Slice and Dice the Latrim acapella. Yeah, I know. I've been avoiding working on vocals on the stream. But I should. You're right. I should find, if it's not going to be me through a vocoder or recording my own vocals, I'll give it up to Anthony Rother. He's like fearless. He's just there doing his songs and writing his lyrics and doing it in front of everybody. I'm a little more timid about that. But maybe some acapellas, chopping up some samples. We could do that. We could figure something out. That's a good idea. A lot of the tracks I've been working on the stream that you guys have heard need vocals at certain points, right? I want them to have either like your classic crazy robot voices or other unique audio processing on to make the human voice sound alien or other, I think would be great. So let's see. All right, we only have a few minutes left. This time has flown today. Getting into arranging definitely puts me in a different mode in my perception of time. Let's go back and listen to what we've got here, and then we'll see what we can squeeze in with the last few seconds and make some decisions for what to do going forward. As I spastically click around my screen. And all right, from the top, let's check it out. I'd say it's, looking at the length of the track, it's about half done at this point, which I think is pretty good. That kick drum needs some EQ. That. Better. Sudden it's like, whoa. I might finesse that a little bit, but timing, but I like the fact that it's all of a sudden serious. Maybe I'll wait on that odd percussion. Put some crazy effects on it. Maybe develop that melody a little bit, so it's not just up and down chromatically, a little more variation. And I like that it drops down there too. Oh no. I meant to do a little augmented fourth, diminished fifth. Right, and then maybe that's where the fast hi-hats go finally, right? Because it's opening up. And we need some crazy noises in there. There is this. Is that too much of a change to get more industrial sounding, a little more mechanical sounding all of a sudden? I'm not against it. It's not a full bass part. Oops, no, wrong track. Yeah, that's supposed to be right here. I'm a maybe on this. Let's see if it works. So far, I'm kind of leaning towards this sections transforming suddenly rather than being. A lot of the tracks I make, most of the time, go smoothly from one section to another. There's lots of automation. There's lots of like whooshy things. I like. Here I'm trying to, and I mentioned this earlier, like all of these sketches I've been building up, I've been trying to use a few elements that aren't too overly busy and aren't overly polished and produced and all over the place. And I kind of want to have the same vibe for the arrangements. I want the arrangements to not be like over the top, just and have things groove and change. And I don't know, it's a different vibe than I've been doing for my other tracks over the last year or 2 years. I mean, it still sounds like one of my tracks, but anyway, you get what I mean, right? It's not a total departure. A little loud. What goes on top of this? Play with the hi-hats a little bit. What other sounds are there? Oh yeah, more intense, noisy percussion. Could throw in some of these. All right, this is going into overdrive now, I think. I'm not sure this is a good idea, but actually I like it. Just need to edit. I think I need to edit it so it does it in the right spots. right, everything stops there. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's almost time to finish up. All right, I think instead of coming up with a whole new part, I'm just going to repeat something that happened before. Right? Maybe back to that. Let's see. What is that? Bar 49. Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Drop that in. Come on. Copy. Paste. All right. Let's try it. Could work, but it's a little empty there, right? Maybe it needs to break down even more. Maybe we just get rid of the everything. I'm going to leave it hanging there. I think we did good today. I am pleased with how this track is going. It just needs another minute maybe. I don't think it needs to be an epic. Like, what is it? It's almost 4 minutes. I might go about 5 minutes. I think this turned out well. What do you guys think? There's more to do, but generally, like the direction this is going in, I am happy with. Yes. Yeah. So, all right. I'm glad some of you are like keeping me on my toes with good constructive criticism, because it's only fair. I give it to you guys. And some of you out there, like Amy, are making dope tracks, so I'll listen to you too. Not sure about the complex pad melody during the overdrive section. It's a bit distracting. I think, yeah, it depends on what you're going for. I mean, I think about that too. Sometimes I hear heavy tracks, and then it gets really whooshy, and you're like, why? So, it might be that maybe this should happen here. All right, I'm gonna take this advice, and then we got to sign off. But let's see, just real quick. Could be better, right? To separate them, it's less distracting. It's got more space now. And then we'll go back into the heavy part again, or a different heavy part. Okay, good suggestion, Amy. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Bowie says, yeah, robots. I agree. Yeah, robots. And all good. Thank you very much for hanging out today, and looking forward to seeing all of you guys who are submitting your music, and then all of you guys who aren't, who are just hanging out and watching and listening. Next Saturday, Electro feedback session. Jean-Paul Bondi, my guest, and you need to get on the Discord. Link is below. Join the Discord. Go to the Selway feedback channel. That is where you will put in your links for playing your SoundCloud links, your whatever your download link is, so we can check out your tracks. Do that by this coming Thursday, the 18th, end of day. I mean, I'm not going to turn you down if it's Friday or whatever, but like try for Thursday. So we've got Friday to check out all your tracks and be ready and get organized. And on Saturday, sometimes we start a little early. Sometimes we do 12 to 2. I think we'll start at 1. He's out over on the West Coast. It's earlier for him. I don't want to make him have to get up too early in the morning and on a Saturday. So we'll probably start at the same time. But we will go usually a little longer than an hour so we can fit in everybody's submissions, depending on how many we get. So yes, join us. Electro feedback session next Saturday on here, live on my show. Yes. All right. Thanks, everybody. Awkward sign out. Enjoy your week. Have a good one. Adios.
Millennium sound. It takes you to the zone. In the zone you're free to move through the stars. In the zone you see the Zoid never dies.